All right, this is the other big piece of news which is coming from the United States. The United Kingdom and the European Union may have had a rethink, but the US is not warming up to Narendra Modi. US Assistant Secretary of State Robert Blake has told CNN there's no change in policy as far as Modi's visa ban is concerned. He has said anyone can apply for visa, but the decision to grant a visa will depend on many factors. He said a judicial exoneration would be one factor in reconsidering their policy or visa policy towards Narendra Modi.
And our policy hasn't changed. If I said something about him applying for a visa, that just refers to the fact that anybody can apply for a visa anytime, but we never prejudge the outcome of such a decision. I think a lot of this will depend on some of the decisions that are made in the Indian courts, and many of those decisions, as you know, are still outstanding.
Joining us, CNN Deputy Editor Suhasini Heather. Suhasini, we've recently seen the European Union doing a rethink about Narendra Modi, but the US is still going ahead with a ban on Narendra Modi's visa.
Absolutely, Ananya, and that's why what Robert Blake there, the point person for South Asia, is saying is particularly significant, that despite the UK and the EU's decision to revise its boycott on Narendra Modi, the US is not going to change its position. Remember, the US had gone one step further. In 2005, they had actually revoked Narendra Modi's visa that had been issued in 1998 and effectively have since then not spoken about revising that ban on a visa to him at all. What Robert Blake is saying essentially is two things. One, that so far the government in the US is not reconsidering its decision against Narendra Modi's visa. But secondly, very significantly, saying that perhaps what they're waiting for, amongst other things, is that judicial exoneration, saying that there are still processes in the courts referring to some of those pending petitions against the Gujarat Chief Minister, and saying perhaps when those are disposed of, then we can consider reconsidering the decision not to give Narendra Modi a visa. Of course, all of this is a moot question given that the Gujarat Chief Minister is not applying for a visa to the US. Even so, as he reaches out to Europe and perhaps to beyond, it is significant that the US is saying that for the moment they will not change their policy.